Hi, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. I know I stuttered there, but I'm going to keep that in because it kind of fits with this movie, honestly. It really does. But Jack, thank you for that. Jack Thompson sent in a request for this film called The Union. Before I start going any further, man, I'm out of it. Fucking shit. Fuck, shit. Fuck, shit. Fuck. If anyone wants to send a request for any type of video, topic, reaction, review, re-review, thought streams, commentaries, PayPal's the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to as soon as I possibly can. So thank you. Sorry about the lateness. The Union, the reason I'm acting all fucked up is because of my own stupidity. The second reason is because this film kind of sucks ass. Like, it's not even that I think it's that bad of a movie. It's just such a forgettable, generic, and when you're out the other movie. You will watch this film, and within a week, you're going to forget about this film. No soul I ever knew mentioned this movie existed. Not people I watch, not friends I know on YouTube. Trailers, I did not know that this movie even existed. I don't know anyone that knows this movie existed. With Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry, that came out in 2024, that also has J.K. Simmons. What was his name? Earle Haley is in the film. And what's his name? The guy who played Luke Cage, who was in this film I saw recently, Alarum. Now, this is better than that film, Alarum. But that's not saying much. But yeah, The Union is way better. So it's not the worst film that guy's been in. I wrote his name down, so bear with me. I'll find it in a minute. But God, I can't. Mike Colter. Yeah, Mike Colter. Yeah, and he was in that film with Scott Eastwood and Sylvester Stallone called Alarum. That's way worse than this. But this film, you have seen this film dozens and dozens of times. Unless you're the most hardcore Marky Mark and his Funky Bunch fan, the most hardcore Halle Berry fan, which I am a Halle Berry fan. I am a big Halle fan. And she does what she can. Like, I like her in the movie. I like J.K. Simmons. You also have the guy, I cannot pronounce his name. He played Killer Croc in the first Suicide Squad movie. He's in this. But man, this movie is just so generic and forgettable. The plot of the film is Halle Berry works for this covert government organization called the Union. Her boss is J.K. Simmons. The guy, I again can't pronounce his name, but who's Killer Croc, he's one of the people that worked there, as well as Mike Colter, Luke Cage, which I don't know if I've seen the first, I might have seen the first episode. I don't, even if I saw that, I haven't seen the rest of that show. Or was it The Defenders? I didn't see that. But they're doing an extraction to get this guy out of Dodge. It goes wrong. People are getting killed. And Mike Colter gets shot and falls to the water. And right then and there, I'm sitting there going, okay, wait a minute. This guy, people in the mainstream know him. Like, if they know Luke Cage, if they know that show, then they know who this guy is. They're not going to just hire this guy to be at the beginning of the film and die. He didn't get shot in the head. He got shot with what looked like the bulletproof vest, and he falls to the water, so there's no confirmed kill. There's not him lying there with blood coming out. Ryan Wood and this is PG-13. I'm like, this guy ain't dead. We're going to see him later. So no, it's not a spoiler, because it's predictable as fuck. And guess what? I was right. I did not even have to read a Wikipedia page or anything to know that. Predictable. So after that, we're introduced to Mark Wahlberg. He's a blue-collar guy working construction. coming into Jersey to the song Promised Land by Bruce Springsteen. So Bruce Springsteen's song is in this. And he's a blue-collar guy that sleeps with his 7th grade teacher. Yes, that's the first scene. It's him in bed with his teacher from the 7th grade. He goes to work. He's at a bar. Halle Berry pops in. Him and Halle Berry had a fling. They were boyfriend, girlfriend back in the day of school. High school and etc. So an old flame has walked back in. They start hanging out. They start talk to each other. She says, let's go somewhere else. They talk some more. She injects him. And he wakes up and he's in London. And pretty much Halle Berry and J.K. Simmons says, we want you to be part of the union because we need an everyman, a nobody. We need a nobody because this intel that's going to give away all the secrets of everybody. I swear that's been a thing in so many films. The code or the intel or the secret, whatever the hell documents, that's going to give away every agent's... I mean, wasn't that Mercury Rising and a shitload of other fucking films? Didn't one of the Mission Impossible films have that? Wasn't that the plot? I swear there was a plot of a Mission Impossible film. This has been applied to so many of these spy films. Oh, get this thing just goes going to out everybody and everybody's address and phone number and their identity and all that, so we gotta stop it. And for some reason they need Mark Wahlberg because you're an everyone. They don't know who you are. So yeah, go to this place, this auction. Yeah, get this device so we can know where the auction is. We're going to sell out. They're going to sell this intel. And we're going to train you for 2 weeks. So we have a little bit of a training montage where he's training fighting, memorizing stuff, driving a car, all that jazz. And I'll say this, Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry, I don't think their chemistry is bad. I think because they've known each other for a while, and that's probably the one surprising thing I saw in this film, was during the end credits. They showed photos of a fairly young Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry. Like when they're, I don't know, in their 20s. This would have been like the mid-90s. Early mid-90s. Where it shows Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry together. So I didn't know they knew each other for that long. So that's kind of neat. And if that's the case, that's why I could kind of see a bit of that chemistry. And Halle Berry, I'm a big fan of hers. She was great in Monsters Ball. Kidnap, she was great in that. I've liked her in quite a bit of stuff. She can't save this film, though. I kind of wish this was just, honestly, this might not be original either, but I'd rather her just star in her own, Bob Odenkirk, Nobody, John Wick, just Jason Statham, the Beekeeper, just her kicking ass, taking names, and her just being the star of it. I actually probably would have preferred it that way. And not, because they didn't really need Mark Wahlberg's character. That's the funny thing. It's so stupid that they need no, you don't need Mark Wahlberg for this. Because what happens is, after the training, which also is, there's a bit with a psychologist trying to analyze him, and one of the questions she asks is, how many fingers can you fit in your asshole? And Granny's like, what? Listen, if the lady looked like this, I would say, why don't you try and find out? Okay? Do you want me to sing Moon River? Do you want me to sing Jesus Christ Superstar? Do you want me to sing the alphabet? Let's see how about this? Each time you put a finger in, I'll count the alphabet. And then when I'm finished, then we'll find out how many finger pop in my asshole. Okay? How about we do that? But I was saying, okay, they have the meeting. There's a little bit of an action scene. And there's not much action in this film. I'm saying there's not much action in this movie. There's a bit of a shootout, bit of a chase. Mark Wahlberg gets the phone with the information on it. He runs. This girl's beating him up, and Halle Berry saves him. There's a little fight where Halle Berry gives a suplex, which breaks the girl's neck. It's not a big fight. It's pretty, I don't know, 30-second fight that Halle Berry has with this girl. But the phone has been damaged. So then what they do is they just go, well, there's multiple devices, right? So we'll just go and steal those devices from one of those guys. And I'm like, so you could have done that the whole fucking time then. You could have just stolen the device, which they do. They go in, they steal this device from, I don't even know if they had names, the character. They go in, they do a bit of a sweep. Mark throws and hits the guy in the head. They get the phone with the intel. With the invitation for the auction. I'm like, so you could have done this. You did not need Mark Wahlberg here. You did not need this guy who doesn't know anything, has been trained, and now you tried super fast for 2 weeks. Again, all you did was go, well, why don't we steal that person? So you find out where that person's at, and you stole his shit. That's all you need to fucking do. So anyway, so I'm trying to figure out what up. Okay, so after they do that, they go back to the truck. I think it's the same lady that asked how many fingers fit in your asshole. I guess someone else didn't like that question, like I didn't like it, so they killed her. Someone kills her. They find her in the van. Their headquarter building got blown up. They gotta separate. Halle and Mark share a bed. They talked a little bit about back in the day. They get with Earle Haley, who's able to trace where this auction's at. Halle Berry and Mark ride on a motorcycle together to get there. They get to the auction. They get to the lady. The lady goes with them, seems to know Halle Berry. They talk for a bit, and lo and behold, Mike Colter is alive. Oh, and he was married to Halle Berry, which Halle says they're separated. Mark Wahlberg gets pissed about this and decides to leave. I'm like, okay, good. You're fucking useless anyway. Pretty much. Mike Colter says JT Simmons is the mole. Mark's going to leave, but he's like, no, I can't leave her behind. So he goes to the meeting with Halle, which is on this bridge. It seems at least Halle Berry was smart enough to know that this would be a trap. So lo and behold, Mike Colter's a bad guy. He's a traitor. But you can tell like she kind of figured. They're on the bridge. They escape. A ship passes by down below. They jump onto it. Then they jump into the water while the boat goes out. So the CIA, who think that Halle Berry and Mark did it, they're chasing the boat while these two climb back up. They're off the grid. They gotta figure out. And this is the one time that him being a blue collar comes into the fray to help out. He calls his guy and says, hey, do you know anyone with connections to an airport? We need to get through secretly and silently. The guy does. So gets him to a cargo, flies off to the different country, gets out of the cargo. Or like a crate. And that's like the only time, him being a nobody helps out. That's what I mean. Like, after that, they crash a meeting. Halle has a gun on Luke Cage. Wahlberg steals the suitcase, rides off on a motorcycle. People chase after him. For some reason, the girl who was kind of part of the auction and is with Luke Cage, she just says, nah, I'm just going to leave. I'm just done. Yeah, these 4 guys have a gun on you. So if they shoot you... Because the girl doesn't care about Luke Cage. Because she's ready to leave him and says, sorry, we're done. These 4 men are on her. You'd have the 4 men just shoot Halle Berry because she's just going to shoot Luke Cage, which you don't care about. Then just have your men get fucking Mark Wahlberg, who's only had experience for 2 weeks. Now that he has no help, just kill him and then you'd be a winner chicken dinner. But for some reason, this girl's like, nah. Hey, I'm sure you'll go and chase me. She even says, I bet after this you don't chase me, right? Just remember, I spared your life. You don't have to spare your life. You don't have to spare her life. You have 4 guys aiming at her. She's not aiming at you. She's aiming at Luke Cage, who you don't give a fuck about anymore. Just shoot her. It didn't make any fucking sense. Didn't make any fucking sense at all. Explain that to me. Mark Wahlberg's riding a motorcycle. He got get to this rooftop. There's this little bit that his construction history has paid off because he could deal with heights, but these 2 guys can't. So he kicks one off and shoots another. And him and Halle Berry take care of some bad guys, which was an okay scene. It was alright. It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. They're helping each other out. Halle Berry throws the gun down to Mark, and Mark saves her, and you know, it's okay. Then they gotta go after Mike Colter, and then there's these other guys chasing at him. So ultimately there's 3 vehicles involved. There's Mark Wahlberg trapped in a trunk with this bad guy driving. There's Mike Colter, and there's Halle Berry in 3 cars. And they're kind of bumping into each other, and Mark Wahlberg's getting out of the trunk to fight the guy, and Mark's turning the car to kick the guy out, and the 3 of the Mark and Halle are chasing Luke Cage. Mike Colter's here, you know. Mark Wahlberg's car flies off. Halle Berry thinks he died, but he jumped out. He's like, oh, you cared about me because you stopped for me and you didn't go after him. She's pissed off. Gets in the car, drives off. She has the gun on Mike Colter. Mike Colter won't surrender, shoots Mike Colter's character. And then they're at Mark Wahlberg. His buddy's getting married. He's the best man, so he's there. Mark and Halle Berry don't get together. J.T. Simmons comes by, tells Mark Wahlberg, welcome to the Union. After 3 days, we got another mission for you. As if they're setting up for a damn sequel. Let me tell you, there ain't gonna be no goddamn sequel to this movie. The plot is forgettable, by the numbers, in one ear out the other. You have seen this plot dozens of times. Now, is that always a bad thing? No. I mean, hell, you say John Wick is a film we've seen dozens of times. The guy who is the retired killer, something happens, he comes back in the game. But it's how you do it. Style-wise, creativity-wise, little moments of quirkiness or fervor or visceralness or energy that really make things like Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. The way he played the character and having people like Christopher Lloyd, and they make them more memorable. The Beekeeper. Okay, it's going to be these guys who are scammers that steal old people's money. and then just have really good successive moments of action throughout that are fun, entertaining, and fast paced. This, it takes a long time. Like, I don't count the beginning as an action scene. I mean, I just technically it is, but it's just people you don't know getting killed in PG-13 style. It takes a while before the first action scene happens, and it's stuff that really isn't. Eh. The car stuff at the third act, okay. I mean, there's nothing in it that's gonna wow you. It's like it's like, oh, I'm watching colors and movement, yay. Unless you haven't seen that many action films, it's gonna be like, whatever, Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry, I don't think they have bad chemistry, but it's the dialogue they were given, the conversations. It wasn't really that funny spark that they were hoping for. Like, I think it's the script. It's a lousy script. Or just a forgettable generic script. Very generic. The bad guy, you knew he would be a bad guy. It was predictable. Nothing about the story really catapulted above generic quality. Obviously, this is like a waste of time. It was lousy for that. Again, yeah, Jackie Earle Haley. He could be good, like in Watchmen. J.K. Simmons. Just a waste of these guys' talent. And the idea of, again, why Mark Wahlberg's character has to be... He didn't really have to be. It just... It probably made sense to you look at the title, The Union. What a boring as fuck title, The Union. Was about, you didn't get paid? Yeah, I speak to the union? How about this? It's about a union boss who, this will really be fantasy maybe, who will take out the bad guys who are screwing over his workers. You do my workers wrong, I'm going to kick your ass. There you go. It's like the beekeeper, but he's the union boss. He takes shit for the union in the union way. You fuck with my worker, I beat the shit out of you. There you go. But the union. It's just a very boring title for a lazy and kind of boring movie. It's not, like I say, it's not like Alarum or what was that other Stallone one, Armor, where it's just unbelievably bad. It's just, you kind of sitting there going, And I know some people say, well, it's Netflix, what do you expect? There are films from Netflix I do enjoy. I enjoyed Extraction and Extraction 2. Those are Netflix. I personally enjoyed Six Underground with Ryan Reynolds. That was Netflix. Day Shift with Jamie Foxx. That was Netflix. I enjoyed that film. I wish they would put out a Blu-ray of that. Bright with Will Smith before he went crazy. I enjoyed that film. That was Netflix. So just because Netflix doesn't, for me, doesn't automatically mean it's bad. Just every company has released shitty fucking films, believe me. So there are action films from Netflix I do enjoy, but this, it was all what you do about nothing. That's why there's not even a whole lot to talk about, even though I talked for 24 minutes. I guess, again, unless you're a dire... And, like, Mark Wahlberg did not need... Listen, there are films of Mark Wahlberg, with Mark Wahlberg, that I do like. The Big Hit, Fear, The Italian Job, Pain and Gain, The Other Guys, Patriots Day. There are. But I swear, like, everywhere I turn... Technically it isn't, but there's so many times I'm like, Mark Wahlberg's in this one too? Like, Mark Wahlberg's in that one fucking too? Can it be someone else? Well, I know people hate Ryan Reynolds nowadays, but like, can't this be Ryan Reynolds? Or I don't know, can't it be blue collar guy? Yeah, Thomas Jane. Can't it be? I mean, I'm trying to think of like a younger guy. Well, I mean, Mark Wahlberg's not young. Like, does it have to be Mark Wahlberg? Hell, I would have even preferred Colin Farrell. Like, Colin Farrell, it would have been cool to see him in this more than Mark Wahlberg. Like, does it have to be Mark Wahlberg? Really? He's just playing Mark Wahlberg. And he said, there are films of his that I like. There are performances he's done that I like. But it's just, man, I don't know, is that feeling, I don't know, like you just get tired of fucking seeing them. Like The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson The Rock. You just get fucking tired of seeing them. But it was nice to see Halle Berry. Let's say, or just have it be just her film. With a better script, with more wit or creativity, maybe some quirkiness, more action, a whole lot of other stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. So, thanks for watching. It's a it's a lame, forgettable movie. I was not a fan of the movie. You know, I almost want to say it's okay, but no, I don't think it's okay. Like, it's lame. It's more lame and forgettable. I would never watch this film again. If you watch the trailer, it probably gives away the entire movie, what little there is to give away. Any, just watch the trailer and there you go. Like I said, unless you're a diehard Mark Wahlberg, and hey, I like Halle Berry, so I guess, hey, I saw it once and I'll never see it again. She's trying, but she can't save the film. Just to watch Kidnap. And if you've seen it, watch that again. That's a great Halle Berry movie. But yeah, thanks, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.